Let me ask you about one sort of thorny issue in this area, and I say it's thorny because it has been invoked by the Bush administration and its supporters as a way to try to deflect calls for this accountability. In October 2001, you were briefed as a senior member of the House Intelligence Committee on NSA spying issues. September 2002, you were briefed on CIA detention issues and enhanced interrogation issues. Because of those briefings, and I know that you expressed concerns to the NSA after that October 2001 briefing. You released that publicly in 2006. You didn't express public concerns at the time after those briefings. Does that raise a complication?
No. The fact is they did not brief well, first of all, we're not allowed to talk about what happens there, but I can say that they did not brief us that these enhanced interrogations were taking place. They did not brief us that was it. They were talking about an array of interrogations that they might have at their disposal.
Techniques in the abstract, as if they were not being used.
We were never told they were being used.
Were you told they weren't being used?
Well, they just talked about them, but the inference to be drawn from what they told us was these are things that we think could be legal, and we have a difference of opinion on that. But they never told us that they were being used, because that would be a different story altogether. And we had many disagreements with them all along the way on how they collect information in their country and what they think might be acceptable. They have never gotten any comfort from me on any of these issues, no matter what they want to say publicly, and they know that I cannot speak specifically to a classified briefing of that kind, but I can say flat out, they never told us that these enhanced interrogations were being used.
And they have said publicly, they have cited those briefings as essentially congressional consent for what they did. And you say the consent was not given, and B, you say that you cannot explain the extent to which consent was not given because you're not allowed to discuss the briefing?
Well, no, but what I'm saying to you is they never told us that these techniques were being used.
But did they tell you we think waterboarding is legal now?
They may have given the inference that there was some debate that waterboarding could be legal. Of course, I disagree with that. But the issue is, are you going to use such a thing? And they had not ever briefed us that that was the case.
So flat out, she says, flat out, no one ever told her the U.S. was using enhanced interrogation torture euphemisms. I mean, enhanced interrogation techniques. If we get to full investigations of torture and who knew what when, Speaker Pelosi told me today on the record that she was never told, Democrats were never told that the U.S. was torturing anyone.